Graduate class of 2018 and incoming freshman to the California Institute for the Arts in Santa Clarita, California, Miss Jordan Foley.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well done, Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play ball.
And the pitching matchup tonight will be Dakota Freeze for the Diamonds. On the other side will be Jalen Miller. A couple of high ERAs coming in. We probably should expect a high-scoring game.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Dakota Freeze comes into today's game with a 2-4 record, a 6.01 ERA, and 9 starts. So it's been a struggle for him. But the good thing is he does know how to strike guys out. When he gets guys 0-2, gets them down 1-2, gets ahead in the count, he knows how to put them away. Struggle is how many guys get on base before that and how many guys score prior to the strikeout. So Dakota has to limit base runners. The defense has to be behind him. This is a team who's in the playoff hunt still. These games against Vallejo definitely matter. The games against Napa matter as well, so they have to separate themselves off from Napa and Martinez.
Well, just a couple of games say these catch Vallejo, all the while stay ahead of Napa. The offense has struggled a little bit, Sterling, and it's been a problem. Wes Wallace, who is really struggling, but he's the power guy, not in the lineup tonight. Strikeouts were really piling up.
Yeah, you know, it's been a tough one. Gabriel Bracamonte seems to be the only person, and he is the only person hitting above 300 in the last week of play. Brett Smith, who's only hitting 222, has struggled recently. Him and Bladnick are usually guys at the top of the order who can get things going for him. And you have Carranza, who the power really hasn't been there this season, and of course Wes Wallace, who leads this team in strikeouts. And so it's been a tough one. Wes Wallace getting the day off today, maybe clear his mind, and to get things back to where he was last season and earlier on in the year. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a good game tonight for the Diamonds.
Yeah, Wes Wallace just 11 home runs this season. He's seen his batting average fall below 200, so he has really struggled. So there is some changes there. We'll get to that in just a moment. And now here's the starting lineup for those Vallejo Admirals as you look at Dakota Freeze and his number. For Vallejo, Chevy Clark gets the start in left. Nick Akins Sr. is the DH. He'll bat second. Kiriakos is the shortstop. He bats third. Ryan Kinari is the first baseman. Vlad Gomez out in right. Brandon Fisher at second. Brandon Pugh, the center fielder. Nick Krause is the catcher. Chris Fernacci will be at third. And they, of course, will take on the aforementioned Dakota Freeze. And the 6.01 ERA for Dakota, but the number's not bad in this regard. 55 in the third innings pitched, 59 strikeouts, and 30 walks. So he is certainly a guy who can get the strikeout. So it's going to be the Diamonds and the Vallejo Admirals here coming from Winter Chevrolet Stadium in Pittsburgh. There you see Freeze's numbers again. And we are just about set to go here for Diamonds baseball in what has been a very hot day, but as always under the grandstand, usually pretty nice, and it is again here from Winter Chevrolet, and we are set to go with baseball. All right, here's Chevy Clark to lead it off. So Freeze taking his time, getting ready. There has been some question as to how that Diamond starting rotation is going to shake out, but all of a sudden it's been more of a question of how they're going to find some offense. Here's the pitch, and the first one is in there, a strike, and the count 0-1. Two-run home run for Chevy Clark last night. That came in the third. That got the Admirals started. Here's the pitch, swing and a foul, and the count goes 0-2. Clark, Nick Akins, and David Kyriakos. Very pleasant evening here in Pittsburgh, and the crowd's starting to fill up here pretty nice behind me in the grandstand. Friday night at the ballpark. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and a 1-2-3 strikeout as Chevy Clark is out, and here comes Nick Akins.
It's a good job there by Dakota. First guy that batted, Clark, who does have some power, showed that yesterday with his home run. You have to get this Admirals lineup out early and don't let them score early. Yesterday, I know Jordan Brink did have some trouble with the umpire, didn't get a lot of calls he liked, but Dakota Freeze attacking hitters like we've seen him do all season. That can attribute to the high ERA at times, but also to the highest strikeouts, that being his 60th of the season. So a good
His power numbers that he's got. Takes low for a ball, 1-0. Blatnick, Smith, Valero left to right in the outfield. Baracamonte, Garcia, Yasuda, Kaz Canelo third to first in the infield. Javier behind the plate for the aforementioned Dakota Freeze on the mound for Pittsburgh. The 1-0 pitch fouled away, and the count 1-1. So Akins last night, couple of strikeouts for Nick Akins Sr. He did have an RBI double and a run scored in the 8th. Diamonds came back with that big home run by Blatnick last night to make it interesting. 1-1 pitch fouled back to the boards, and the count goes 1-2. Diamonds coming in 22-27. Vallejo 26-23. And of course, Pittsburgh trying to stay one step ahead of Napa. Just one game ahead of the Silverados starting tonight's play. The 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing. Yes, he did. And the pitch taken high for a ball. It's 2-2. Danny Speck, the field umpire. Andrew Rosario, the home plate umpire this evening. Freeze from the windup, 2-2. Swing, ground ball to third. Handled by Bracamonte, and he throws him out for out number 2.
We had some questions going into the game of can Gabriel Bracamonte play third base. Usually he plays first base or catcher for the Diamonds, but tonight, head coach Aaron Miles wanted to change things up. Coscanello getting the start again. Javier's behind the plate, and Bracamonte's at third. So the defensive change, hopefully the offense of Bracamonte doesn't change as well.
And changes, of course, for the Diamonds. Smith in center for Wes Wallace, and Diamonds can only hope that he can find his stroke. This one popped foul. It's David Kyriakos, an old friend of the Diamonds. He was here a couple of years ago and a big part of that second half Vallejo championship run a year ago. One of those guys that proves that how different things can be one year to the next. And Kiriakos squares to bunt and then has to get out of the way in a hurry and keep that one from hitting him. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Admiral shortstop. He bats here with nobody aboard and 2 down. That next pitch misses, and the count goes 2 balls and a strike. Last night for Kiriakos, he reached with a base hit, scored a run, a walk, and a fielder's choice, and he scored another run. 2-1 pitch to him is in there, a strike, just on the corner, and the count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Breaking ball in there, a called strike 3. So a couple of strikeouts here in the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Dakota Freeze. And nothing across for the Admirals here in the first. Diamonds coming up.
In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion. Pittsburgh new and used Chevy dealer has the car that will make you feel like you just hit a home run.
Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399.
At 1201 California Avenue in Pittsburgh. Or pay a visit to RotaryPittsburgh.org.
Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. Goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com.
Check it out. You could win, and you could be a star.
All right, bottom of the first we go. Yuki Yasuda, the center fielder. Oh, pardon me. Yuki's going to bat second. Smith is in center. Yasuda at second. Morgan Blotnick at big home run last night. He's in left. Bracamonte at third. Carranza the DH. Valera is in right. Javier the catcher. Canella at first. Jose Garcia the shortstop. He will bat ninth. And Jalen Miller, the right-hander, on the mound for Vallejo. 0-4, a 5.90 ERA, 13 games, 6 starts, 42 2/3 innings pitched, 49 strikeouts, so definitely better than a strike per inning. That's a good stat. He has walked 21 in those 42 2/3. First pitch to Smith, up high for a ball, and it's 1-0.
The one thing about Miller, I was talking to head coach Aaron Miles before the game started. He told me that Miller knows how to strike guys out. Problem is he allows so many base hits, it doesn't really matter.
Next one is low, 2 balls and no strikes.
So we could see some interesting approach here from the Diamonds. Could want to attack early, could want to maybe work the count. I know Miller has 21 walks on the season, so should be a high-scoring game for both sides.
And that pitch is outside. The ERAs would certainly indicate a high-scoring game, so just because you get a couple of guys on doesn't mean we're going to bring the infield in the third. 3-0 pitch, and that is in there, a strike count, 3-1. So Smith, couple of strikeouts last night. He also grounded out 0 for 3 officially. He did walk and score during Blatnick's 3-run home run. And the ground ball to short. Kiriakos has it, throws the first, ball gets away, and the low throw will probably make that an E6. But that is one Canary probably should have handled. It didn't bounce before it got to him. In any event, it's a break for the Diamonds.
That's a play that I'm sure Kinnery's kicking himself. As a first baseman, you have to make that play. See the replay here. It's a hard hit ball by Bressman to the shortstop. Kiriakos, an easy throw, an easy play. Very nonchalant, just a low throw, but Kinnery definitely has to have that ball. It's not a ball that you miss as a first baseman, so I'm sure he'll want a second chance here, maybe a double play ball for the Vallejo Admirals if they get lucky.
You're probably thinking E3 on that one as Yasuda takes inside for a ball, and they count 1 ball and no strikes. Upon second look, Sterling, it really does look like Canary should have had that one. 1-0 pitch, and that's high. 2 balls and no strikes to Yuki Yasuda. And Yuki last night, he had himself a base hit and an RBI. That was in the second. And 0 for 3 the rest of the way. 2 balls, no strikes to Yuki. In there, a strike, and it's 2-1. So the Diamonds, the beneficiary of the error on the routine ground ball by Smith. Let's see if they can take advantage and jump out in front. Pitch, swing, pop-up, foul. Canary foul territory, right side, makes the catch. And that is out number 1 here in the first.
Kinnery gets that second chance he wanted.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 15.
Yeah, after that error, I can guarantee Kinnery's, after the pop-up now is saying, thank God I got a second chance there. You don't want to go into a game possibly give a run-up off a simple play that should have been caught by the first baseman. So I'm sure Kinnery, the smile should be back on his face as long as they get out of the inning with no runs across the board. But Morgan Blatnick, he hasn't been too hot. One of the more
fastball in there is strike, and the count 0-1. So Miller jumps out ahead of Blatnick. And Morgan's 3-run bomb came in the 8th inning after a couple of walks to Garcia, and Smith started things. The Diamonds really seemed kind of dead offensively. Here's the pitch in there for a strike, and then all of a sudden the 6-1 game went to 6-4, and everybody started getting excited, but the Admirals were able to shut it down the rest of the way. Brink had 7 1/3 last night. Here's the pitch. That's outside for a ball. Did have 10 strikeouts, but still could not avoid giving up 6 runs. It's, sometimes, even though those strikeouts, Sterling, too many base hits, and the ERA is not very good. Swinging a ground ball right side off Canary's glove. It'll be handled by the second. Is Fisher, but he has no play, and I think that one will be scored a base hit.
I think the Diamonds are learning hit the ball to first base today. With 3 straight plays to the first baseman, of course the first one being a ground ball to the shortstop, the throw going to first, but 3 plays to Kinnery, and he's missed 2 of them, so I think things are working out well. Bracamonte may try to target first base again, but we'll see.
They are going to give that last one a hit. The degree of difficulty reasonably high as we take a look at it. Right here on Delta TV covering tonight. So glad you could be with us. Beautiful evening for Diamonds baseball. They've got something started here in the first. Fastball in there for a strike as the team's leading hitter, Gabe Bracamonte, stands in. No ball. Admirals looking for the double play ball. Breaking ball stays way outside. And the count, a ball and a strike. As we could look at that from the third base camera over there. And the pitch, swing, and a little looper into right field, and that is not going to be caught. It's trapped and then dropped. Here comes the throw over to third, and the runner Smith is going to scamper in, and he is just going to make it.
See the replay here. It's classic. Hit him where they ain't. The Diamonds now just hitting the ball right where these Vallejo players are. And luckily, Gomez dropped that ball. It was a close play at third base. Smith could easily been out because the throw by Gomez was very strong. But the Diamonds, bases loaded, one out. Caron's up. It's a good chance here to score early.
Base hit for Bracamonte. Gomez did everything he could. And Smith over there at second base had to make sure that wasn't caught. Swing, another looper to center field. And here comes Brandon Pugh. Comes the runner over to third. He is safe ahead of the throw. Smith scores from third base, and the Diamonds lead it 1-0.
Aaron Miles out here giving Danny Speck the business, as they call it in the NFL. This is a close play at third base. A good throw there by Pugh in center, but
did he call him out? I thought he called him safe.
Out at third base.
Out at third base. Boy, that was close. Brandon Pugh came up firing from center field in another situation where you got to go halfway to make sure the ball isn't caught.
I'll tell you, it's close. Morgan Bladnick's foot is past the third base bag after the ball got there. So for Danny Speck, an interesting position to even call that play. You'd like him a little closer to it, but only have two umpires out here, not 4 or 3 like their normal MLB does.
Pitch is low for a ball, so that is going to be a ball. Hit to the outfield, an RBI to Bracamonte, but no base hit. It's going to be a fielder's choice, and it's going to be scored 8-5. And the next pitch is low to Valera. Boy, that is one of those strangest scoring plays that you'll see.
See the replay here. It's one of those plays as an outfielder you kind of don't want to catch the ball. It sounds weird, but the runners have to freeze. They don't know if that ball's going to get caught, and so you may catch them off guard like Pugh did with Bladnick there. But, as Valera gets some chin music. But, it's just one of those plays where the outfield played it smart. Don't catch the ball, catch the runners off guard, and possibly get it out, and they did that there. So a good play there by Pugh in center field.
You just don't often see a fielder's choice with a ball that actually is being played by an outfielder. 3 balls and no strikes, and this one in there a strike. Valera was on his way to first base. So kind of good news, bad news for Vallejo. They get out number 2, but they do give up a run, and the Diamonds have the lead. So a couple of balls.
Go ahead.
Couple of balls not hit very hard that gets a run for the Diamonds, and this one smoked into left center field. Way back it goes. It's off the wall. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. It's going to be a stand-up, 2 out, 2 RBI double for Valera. 3-0 Pittsburgh.
What I was going to say was a big at-bat here for Rafael Valera. Been struggling somewhat. Was hitting 308 on the year coming into today's game, but only hitting around 200 in his last week of play. So I didn't get to say it, but it was a big at bat for Valera. He jumped on that 3-2 pitch and hit a 2-run double. So Diamonds are leading 3-0. A hit or fielder's choice by Joel Carranza, and now a double by Valera. Get these Pittsburgh Diamonds up at 3-0 early and gives Dakota Freeze some run support in the first inning.
The Diamonds off to the good start, 3-0. Still a runner in scoring position, and they do it again with 2 outs. Swing and a pop-up left side. Kiriakos, it's way up there, and Kiriakos has got it in short left field. The inning comes to an end, but not before the Diamonds put up the 3 spot. And at the end of 1 full, Pittsburgh 3, Admirals 0.
Nick's Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick's Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick's Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue across from the marina. Eating at the Diamonds' favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick's Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town. One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburg Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit MyPittsburghChamber.org today.
To the top half of the second we go. Canary, Gomez, Brandon Fisher. Should anybody reach, we'd see Brandon Pugh, the center fielder. The Diamonds, the beneficiary of that error to start the inning. And then a very strange play where Carranza picks up an RBI on a fielder's choice that goes to the outfield. 8-5 scoring play there, so that's Diamonds will take it, and then of course they got the big two-run double from Rafael Valera that nearly got out of here. And before it's all said and done, the Diamonds lead it by 3.
Yeah, it's a good first inning from the Diamonds there. You have Smith get on with an error, then you had a pop-up by Yuki, almost double play ball if Kennery maybe fields that at first base off the bat of Blatnick. Then you have Gabe singled, and things seem to be going their way. And then a weird fielder's choice by Carranza, an 8-5 that scores a run. Then you have a big hit by Valera, makes it 3-0. So good inning. They got to the 7th guy in the order, almost batted the round. They're really close to it. But the good thing is, although they did score 3 runs, they did make Jalen Miller throw a lot of pitches. If you want to get Miller out of the game, you got to make your pitchers throw a lot of pitches. And the Diamonds not only got 3 runs, they made Miller throw around 25 pitches in that inning.
You're way over the amount you're looking for. If you're over 15, that starts to get to be a lot. Under 15, considered good. 3-0 Diamonds, top of the second, and the pitch. And Canary looks at one outside, and they count 1 ball and no strikes. Gomez and Fisher to follow. Kennery standing all the way back in the box, and the 1-0 pitch, fastball in there, a strike. Diamonds have been searching for offense. There is such a huge discrepancy between home runs between these two teams. That pitch is way up high for a ball. 2-1. And you go year to year, and a couple of guys come back and they just don't have that same home run power. They just don't have that same kind of year. 2-1 pitch, good changeup. Swung on and missed strike 2. So Kennery got the start at first base last night, picked himself up a base hit, couple of base hits, and a pair of RBIs. Skies this one to left center, but there goes Smith going over into right center to take it for the out. 4 up and 4 down right now for Dakota Freeze to start this game. Here's Vladimir Gomez out of the Bronx. And those pink shoes are still there.
See the replay here, just really a normal play to center field, a pop-up by Kennery. It's 4 up, 4 down, like you said, Tony, for Freeze. Is working fast, which is good. Keep the tempo up, keep the defense involved, and he's doing that so far. Has a couple Ks. Looks good.
The next pitch to Gomez low. Ox going too. Very up right side. Canella at first gives way to Yasuda, and the second baseman takes charge, makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down here in the second.
Now batting number 25, Brandon Fisher, second baseman, and
Tony, you talked about the home run discrepancy, the difference in the home runs between each team. Home runs on the season compared to the Diamonds, 37. Gabe Bracamonte is second on this team. Wes Wallace has 11, so he leads the team. But then you look at the Vallejo Admirals, they have Nick Akins with 22, they have Kennedy with 15, and they have Fornacci with 14. So this team is built for the home run ball. The Diamonds seem to not be.
Clearly difference in the two teams. And the first one here to Brandon Fisher is low, 1 ball and no strikes. But as you go along in the season, that's a tough thing to overcome. 1-0 pitch, check swing.
Match up well against teams that do.
And that's next pitch inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And luckily, guys like Bracamonte have come along, but Bracamonte was a mid-season pickup. If he doesn't come in, you don't know where this Diamond team's at. He's hitting 345 on the year, got a single today, so this team can look a lot different without the likes of Carranza and Bracamonte.
1-2 pitch, sky to right. Valera coming over in foul ground. He's got to play. It's a 1-2-3 inning as Fisher flies to right, and that'll do it for Vallejo in the second after an inning and a half. Diamonds 3, Admirals nothing.
Libraries are community centers, and truly the community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who walks in the door. It's important for people to have a connection to their community because it makes you feel like you belong. Mechanics Bank really values their relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofits. Mechanics Bank doesn't just show up and say that they're going to do something. They actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name, they're a partner in person. My name's Kristen Anderson. I'm the Executive Director of the Walnut Creek Library Foundation, and I'm a mechanic.
Are you looking for a community-based establishment that will provide a fun and exciting environment for your family? Certainly Diamonds Baseball is one, and no doubt Lumpy's Diner is another. Before or after the game, eating at Lumpy's Diner or Lumpy's Diner Express can make for a great doubleheader. And if you want to win a road game, LD's Catering will make your event a hit no matter the location. Lumpy's Diner is a homegrown sensation, world famous since 2008. Bring your family to ours.
And back for the bottom of the second. So far, so good for Dakota Freeze. And the Diamonds lead it by a field goal, and it'll be Canella, Garcia, back to the top. Brett Smith hitter set to take on Jalen Miller. And Miller giving up those 3. Some defense didn't help him with that first batter and the error on the first baseman Canary. This one up high, but Rafael Valera delivered that big 2-out, 2 RBI double. 3-0 Pittsburgh, and the 1-0 pitch, swing and a foul back in the count, 1-1. Jordan Venado released several days ago. 1-1 pitch, and that is low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. He was one of the guys I think they were hoping to get some power numbers from, but hurt on that very strange play at first base. This one up high for a ball. The count 3-1 now to Kaz Canella. I mean, kind of a simple play. Sterling diving back into first on a throw back over to the bag. 3-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, and the count 3-2.
I remember when Collins was brought in, I know Van Atta was hurt, and so they didn't know who was going to play first base. Carranza wasn't here yet. He was DHing a little after that, but Collins was brought in here to play first base. That's his job.
Takes high here, and that's ball 4, so a leadoff walk to Canella. So the Diamonds' second straight time they've had the leadoff runner on, and here's Jose Garcia now, the shortstop.
Back to Canella. It's his job to take the reins at first base. He's really in control of it. Is he going to play every day? He has a 133 batting average, has 1 home run, but if he can get on base and he can kind of play the money ball style of baseball, this team kind of has to play with no power on it. If you can get on base, this team's only going to score around 3 runs a game. So pitching has to be good, but if they get on base and you can get on base here, you're a valuable asset to the team.
swing, and this one skied into right field. Here comes Vlad Gomez in, and he makes the catch in short right field. And that is out number 1 as Garcia flies to right. And here comes Brett Smith back to the top of the order for Pittsburgh. So a walk and a fly out, 1 on and 1 out for the Diamonds here in the second inning. More fans continue to trickle in here on this Friday night. Breeze blowing through the grandstand. It's in there for a strike to Brett Smith. Reached on that error and then scored a run in that 3-run first. Diamonds trying to get more here in the second. Yasuda on deck. Ground ball to third. Big hop to Fernacci. Second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. And Brett Smith using his wheels and hustling down there to first base to keep the inning alive here for Yasuda.
That's a big play there by Brett Smith. You know that Yasuda's not a guy to hit a home run or drive you in on one swing, but you see the replay here. Brett Smith hustling down the line. Should have been a 5-4-3 double play, no problem. But Brett Smith shows the wheels off, gets to the first base, and that makes Jalen Miller throw more pitches. It tires him out quicker and gets him out of the game sooner.
And gives Yuki a chance if he could get on. Well, we saw Blatnick's home run stroke last night. Right-handed batter waits, and the 0-1 swing popped up foul. That'll get over the top of the grandstand, and they count 0-2 to Yuki Yasuda. You know, certain things with the offense just haven't quite clicked here for the Diamonds in 2018, and lately it's kind of been a collective slowdown for the offense. Bluff over there from the runner at first, pitch way outside, and the count 1-2. And now timeout called. I guess Yuki got tired of waiting.
You see Miller, the more pitches he throws, the more he gets tired, the more his motion slows down, the more his tempo slows down, which isn't good for the Vallejo Admirals at all. And obviously Yuki wants to control this at bat, so a good job there by Yasuda.
There goes the runner. This one's chopped to third. Fernacci's got it, fires to first in time for the out. Diamonds playing hit and run, but it's a 5-3 put out to end the inning. And after 2 full from Winter Chevrolet Stadium in Pittsburgh, Diamonds 3, Admirals nothing.
Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburgh. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant. Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburgh and Brentwood.
Diamonds lead it 3-0 as we head to the top of the third. Brandon Pugh will lead it off, followed by Nick Krause and then Chris Fernacci. Bottom part of the order to face Dakota Freeze.
Freeze look good so far. No base runners, 6 up, 6 down. I'm not going to jinx anything, but he has looked really good. He looked like the Dakota that has pitched against the San Rafael Pacifics all year. We know well he's pitched against them, and he's pitching well against Vallejo tonight.
Yeah, a guy who came over last year after pitching for San Rafael, and he had a couple of games, Sterling, where he pitched against us, and he was just dominant. And then the Diamonds were so happy, like, wow, this guy's available. They picked him up, and things didn't really click for him over here. And the ERA pretty high again this year, but Pittsburgh hoping he can shave a couple of runs off that the rest of 2018. Here's a squaring to bunt, popping it foul as Pugh, and the Admiral center fielder behind the count, no balls and a strike. I like that sound effect. That is one of the old-time pinball machines. And the 0-1 swing and a little looper into center field. That's going to hang up for Smith. And that's routine for the Diamond center fielder. So 7 up, 7 down as Brandon Pugh flies out to center. Here's Nick Krause, the Admiral backstop.
Nick Krause getting the start today. Kyle Figueroa started last night. So switching up the backstop for today's game. Don't think Figueroa got on at all last night, so maybe trying to change things up. Maybe Krause can provide some offense, only hitting 226 this season, only 5 RBIs, so maybe not either, but we'll see.
Right-handed batter takes a ball. Figueroa 0 for 4 last night, also hit into a double play. That was the great play by Yuki Yasuda, who ranged behind the bag and made the clip to the prettier double plays that you'll ever see. So Figueroa, a tough night, 0 for 4, and add to that, he made 5 outs. But Kyle is a very good catcher and having a good year. 1-1 pitch is high, and the count goes 2 balls and 1 strike.
You think you can say Kyle was the epitome of unproductive last night, although his season tells otherwise? You use underline unproductive, and Kyle Figueroa is going to be in there in the dictionary from last night's ball game.
There's the pitch, and that one is low. 3 balls and a strike, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes they make this game look so easy, and other times it just looks impossible. Like, it looks like you just get a hit every time. Here's the pitch, fouled back, count goes to 3-2. And then you'll see these guys with these really, really long droughts where they just can't find a base hit.
You're going to quote The Dark Knight, you're a hero, or you live long enough to become the villain. I think last night Kyle Figueroa was the villain for the Vallejo Admirals last night.
So Krause in there tonight for Figueroa. Batting here with nobody aboard and 1 down. And awaiting a payoff pitch from Freeze. Here it is, inside for a ball. And Nick Krause, the first base runner of the evening for the Vallejo Admirals. And now here's Chris Fernacci, the third baseman.
Get to see Freeze out of the stretch for the first time today. And going to that last at bat's interesting. You think Freeze, who's attacked hitters all day, hasn't shown any implications of being wild through the first 2 innings. With the guy hitting 226 like Krause, you have to say, know your batter, Freeze, but you just seem kind of an outlier there where Freeze has looked so good tonight. We'll have to see what he can do now.
First pitch to Fernacci is a ball. Struck out a couple of times last. Scored a run. He was on base a couple of times, but one by the way of the hit by pitch, so he takes a ball here. It's 2-0. It's always a tough way to get a ball. Chase Utley the other night Here's the pitch, and that one in there for a strike. He's announced his retirement. It's going to be his last year. Talking about hit by pitch, the guy who's been hit by a pitch over 200 times in his career that could very likely end up in the Hall of Fame.
It's one of the more prolific second basemen of the last 10 years for sure.
Ground ball right side. Yasuda to his left has it over to first in time for out number 2, and Kraus will take second base. So Fernacci out 4-3, and Kraus in scoring position now for Chevy Clark.
Good play there by Yasuda. Just a flip throw to first base, gets the out at first. Runner does go to second base, but 2 outs and leadoff man on. It should be an easy go of things for Dakota with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, nothing else for Yuki to do. That ball was hit way too slowly to get the lead runner. And now Chevy Clark a chance to get Vallejo on the board with a base hit. And that one is in there for a strike. And Vallejo has not played good baseball of late. Did get the win yesterday here, and doing things with 2 outs really helped.
I think they're 3-7 in their last 10 games. Diamonds are 5-5, so.
You know, 1 pitch spins him out of there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's Chevy Clark, struck out his first time leading off the ball game. Trying to get Vallejo on the board here in the 3rd, and another check swing. He holds up. They are going to ask for an appeal. Danny Speck says no swing, and the count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. Beautiful evening for baseball here in Pittsburgh. Diamonds baseball coming to you on Delta TV. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball stays high, and it's 3-1. Now with the base open, figure you don't have to come into Chevy Clark, but a guy with 22 home runs is waiting on deck. I don't see that you'd want to pitch to Nick Akins with 2 guys aboard.
I think this is the pitch where Dakota throws back-to-back fastballs. I don't think he'll want to walk Clark at all, but you know, he has been wild this inning, which hasn't shown early, but we'll see.
3-1 pitch. There's the first fastball. It's 3-2. I mean, this is where a guy benefits from having the next guy behind him being that major threat, because if you're Chevy Clark, there's no way they're pitching around you right now. Payoff pitch, runner not forced. Here it is, swing and a foul, and the count remains 3-2.
This is very much the Jeff Kent, Barry Bonds kind of type player. Not that they're anywhere near those type of players, but you know, Barry Bonds hit 3rd, Kent's behind him, Kent's MVP, Bonds is an MVP. So you have 2 guys here where, you know, you have to pitch to one of them. And although Clark doesn't have the stats really, but you just can't pitch to Akins. Dakota does not want to face Akins with a guy on 1st and 2nd with the chance to tie this game up, so he has to come to Clark here.
Well outside, and Freeze tapping himself on the chest to say, my fault. And here's the situation they didn't want. The heavy hitter coming up with a chance to tie the game here in the 3rd.
I'll say the only plus is that Akins grounded the 3rd baseman last time. I know damage was done, but Akins, you know, 22 home runs on the season. He has a .332. Here with 2 outs. Dakota's not going to want to extend the inning, but you may have to question it might be smart to walk Akins here to get to Kiriakos.
You don't often see that, but they do have a base open, but it's 3rd base, so don't usually see the walk take place here. This one fouled back in the count, 0-1, but one of those times in a baseball game that you turn to it. Is that the turning point in the game right there? This could be one of those. Coscanello playing behind Chevy Clark at first. So Chevy getting a huge lead. Here's the 0-1 inside and high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Diamonds do have that shift on where it's Bracamonte and Garcia and Yasuda all on the left side of the infield. We all know what Aikens is thinking here. He's not thinking base hit. He's thinking of a home run. He plays Deadpool all the time. He's very much the Ryan Howard of the right side batter's box. You know, he's going to pull the ball. You know that. So the Diamonds pretty much put themselves in the best position to get an out here.
That one is low for a ball. I mentioned Chase Utley. There's Ryan Howard. We got a couple of Phillies that could be headed toward the Hall of Fame.
All I can say is both part of that 2002 team that the Giants beat to win the World Series. So a good memory for Bay Area fans, hopefully, as long as you're not an A's fan. Probably a little bittersweet. But Chase Utley, one of the greatest second basemen of the last 10 years by far. I know, remember when he threw the ball at Jonathan Sanchez in the playoffs, did cause a benches clearing scuffle, you could say.
2-1 pitch. And just getting a piece is Aikens, and he looked skyward as if to say, why did I swing at that? 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one was not close to being a strike, and Nick really did Dakota a favor that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on.
Here's one of those pitches where Dakota doesn't have to come in here. It's 2-2. He has 1 pitch to waste. Walking Aikens wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You don't want to come inside. Aikens will make you pay for it.
Here it is. And that just does miss with the breaking ball, 3-2, but not a bad pitch. That's just a pretty good take by Nick Aikens Sr.
Yeah, it's a slider on the outside part of the plate, just through the fastball to him. Nick has seen 2 fastballs already. He knows Dakota fairly well, faced him plenty of times this season. But, you know, you try to get the right-handed hitter with the fastball, the slider on the outside corner, lean in. That pitch is going to start on the plate and work its way offside. No one really can touch it.
3-2 pitch, fouled straight back with authority. And that's one of those where Aikens looked like he just missed it. And of course the runners were off with the pitch, so anything down the line or in the gap should score 2. So Freese has worked himself into some trouble in this inning. Couple of walks. Here's the pitch. Runners go. Ball is low. And that is ball 4. And they are loaded for David Kiriakos. 3 walks in the inning to load them for the Admirals.
Number 20, David Kiriakos.
You talk about making a lot of pitches. You know, Dakota Freese forced to do just that here in the 3rd.
See Bracamonte, when I talked to him, Bracamonte usually the starting catcher. You know, I talked to Brett Solano, the pitcher who pitched 2 nights ago. Again, he usually goes out there when he's behind the plate and talks to him. He goes, you have no idea what he's saying. You know, he speaks perfect English, but just because he talks so fast, he wants to get in and out there as fast as he can. He wants to talk and pep up the pitcher. But so we'll see if the pep talk can help Dakota Freese here.
Big swing and a miss on the fastball right by Kiriakos. You see the numbers on David, 286, 9 bombs, 30 RBIs. So he's definitely a threat at the plate. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a foul straight back, and it's 0-2.
I will say that, you know, although Freese has struggled in the inning with command, we now see him go back into the windup where he seemed most comfortable, and you see now already an 0-2 count to Kiriakos. So you can tell Freese may not be comfortable out of the stretch tonight, but is very comfortable out of the windup, and it's worked all night, and it should work again here with an 0-2 count.
Here, over there by Bracamonte, steps on the bag. The inning is over. So the Admirals leave him loaded, and Dakota Freese walks the tightrope, and the Admirals still scoreless at the end of 2.5. Diamonds 3, Vallejo nothing.
Check out some of the entertainment we have right here.
Anytime we have a conversation with Mechanics Bank, we know that in integrity, loyalty, friendship. Mechanics clearly establishes a high level of tradition, honesty, integrity that comes through in all their transactions. I trust them with everything. I know that they're there for us. My name is Paul Irwin. I'm a mechanic.
The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
Well, Dakota Freeze able to walk the tightrope and get us to the bottom of the third, but that was the collective whoo coming from the Diamonds dugout.
Yeah, it was close when the bases loaded. Dakota Freeze. Even about before that, Nick Akins, the guy that's first and second, only 2 outs, so you could have got out of the inning, but decides to intentionally walk him, and may have avoided big trouble there by walking Akins. Luckily, Kiriakos grounds out. Get out of the inning. You look back and you just say, nothing happened.
No harm, no foul. 1 ball, no strikes now to Morgan Blatnick. Infield hit for him his first time. Blatnick, Bracamonte, and Carranza to face Jalen Miller. And the next pitch low and in, and the count goes 2 balls. And he's been hitting at a very high clip all year. And those guys were really leading the team early on, and they've cooled off. Everything is cooled off. Here's a pitch in there for a strike, and the count goes 2-2. And you'd expect, Sterling, that guys like Jose Garcia would be picking it up here as the season goes on. Hit a lot better last year, and then ended up getting promoted before the year was over. Big swing and a miss there, and strike 3. Morgan Blatnick is out, number 1.
Now batting number 26, Gabriel Bracamonte.
Here's Bracamonte. And he picked himself up a base hit in that 3-run third. Ended up flying out very deep to left field as it takes this one outside and low, ball 1. That was after Blatnick's 3-run home run in the 8th. It was 6-4. Bracamonte came up, 1-0 pitch is low, 2-0, and he just blasts one out to left field that gets hauled in by Chevy Clark as we look at Gabe's numbers. And it looked like the Diamonds were going to make the great comeback. 2-0 pitch, in there a strike. Just didn't quite happen.
We've seen many heartbreaking losses in the 9th and even losing games in the 8th inning. Technically, if we look at it that way, here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, the Diamonds seem to have had a lot of heartbreaking losses. And last night, I think we were all rooting for a heartwarming victory. Unfortunately, things didn't go our way. Didn't go the team's way last night, but they came close. Only lost by 2 runs. Jordan Brink was getting a little squeezed behind the plate by the home plate umpire, but still kept maintaining. Only allowed 6 runs, kept his team in the game.
2-2 pitch, grounded for Nachi, sun in his face, throws out Bracamonte anyway. 2 up and 2 down here in the 3rd, and Carranza bats with the bases empty. And here's Joel Carranza, a guy that certainly would expect to have more than just a couple of home runs, but still the numbers are there, coming in at, I believe it was 272, there it is, and he came fairly, a few weeks into the season. So pitch outside there. So the numbers, the RBI and home run totals you would expect to be lower, but as the season moves on, he's another one of those guys that the Diamonds would expect to deliver some more power for Pittsburgh. 1-0 pitch, swing, pop up, foul. And that's going to stay in, actually, to right field. That's going to be caught in fair territory by Gomez. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Jalen Miller. Will head to the top of the fourth. Diamonds still lead it 3-0.
If you've been there before, you know when your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All Counties Tow.
Our family's been involved in scavenger back in the 40s. It's what we're good at. It's what we've got the most experience in. How much electricity you use, how much we recycle. In the old days when we were just all landfilling, it was a very, very simple business. You picked up the garbage, you went in the truck, it was brought to the landfill. Now with the advent of a new era of environmental consciousness, the precedent is for more and more resource recovery, and we pride ourselves on being on the forefront of that.
And we are back, and well, some of that haze you're seeing, there's another fire going on, and smoky out there. Here's Sterling.
Pitch from the freeze to the game. 1-0 pitch is Sterling Bennett alongside me. The 2-1. They're very. Look at the line scores. Second, what it is at home, but Freeze struggled with the last inning. He's going to be down full count here for Freeze. Of work. A pop fly. It's Admirals bullpen for the rather breezy night here at the ballpark. Not as hot in the mid-70s. Swung at by Cano after the full count fast up the right fielder number.
First inning. Way to start.
First pitch. The first is not going to be there by Canella at first. The Diamonds here.
Situation and waiting around. He got out of being E6.
Is down low for ball number.
Sterling, as we look at Brandon, 63-7 are here.
Foul ball.
This is
field one. I think the ball went to.
Okay.
I think there's about 5 City Park. I know his count is now 1.
Here on a lot of different days. The youngsters are playing, and the men's league. Here types guys are. I mean, it's really.
Pick up players at first. 1 years old.
Yeah. I go by there, and the guys are in Expo uniforms. God.
For the X wasn't the team at all there for a while. So Fisher fouls it off to the 3-2.
Not but they were, and you were playing. The gate wasn't all that. Wasn't a team that tried. Not like the Redskins or.
Once again, the expert Randy Johnson, Bartola, a lot of great Hall of Fame plays, but
none of those.
Couple better teams around there. Swung at, fouled off, even to Freeze. It's only one out.
Heard about it.
Team in the interesting, maybe 16 team 3-2 pitch again. Baseman Brandon Fisher in a tight battle here.
Yeah, this can be really frustrating. Good pitch. Your pitch total's going to good chance.
3-2 there, and they get a 3-double play and the Diamonds. Then we go to
Reds Barber Castle with too many choices. Take sign, as in take down and make an appointment. Red as a skill is great with the latest styles and haircuts. Call 929 make an appointment. That's 929. Red's Barbershop is at Railroad Avenue in Old Town.
Stadium. Diamonds least not joining us. Tomorrow we are. Jalen Miller still on the mound for the inning is Roth. That 3. But now we're here. It is now being updated once again. Valera is go on Instagram.com or the app. Diamonds will have up pitch to Valera.
Umpire Andrew
swung through. The Bacons leads to a 1-1. Kelly for a single. Monte Garcia and Yasuda a little more shaded toward his bag at first. Just missed that one. A little cat and mouse game with pitches.
Shift can get it, change and room.
Strikes out Nick. Strikes.
Back out of the game. It was with a good
first pitch.
The freeze and the Diamonds on the ability.
Happy you got Aikens. Yakos. Yeah, walks the second team.
This is in the game.
2-0 pitch. 2-1 is
Kiriakos where he was and now Kiriakos the fifth.
Can do it again right here. Well, he has to come in his strike.
Runs
so full count pitch. Here a big jump gap would score 3 most likely. Runners go. And it's 4. Close pitch for where Javier struck out. So the outside part of the plate has been you could say. Andrew Rosario, but that brings up Ryan Kinnery, the
benefit lefty matchup here. Percentage.
Kinnery is inside for ball. Struck out.
Last night he himself and one of the guys and board here tonight.
A fastball in. Freeze's last inning of the bullpen. Getting 2 pitch from Freeze. Clark's gonna score. Ryan Kinnery.
Well, he waited for his pitch. It out and just did for Valera to have it
up a little bit in the zone. Balance, flip it in the right side. At 3, runner now at first. That being out to the second baseman. He allowed him to reach base.
About a potent off, big hitter out, and that's the deal.
Strike number 1. It's not over. Admirals have fought back here, loosened up a little. And Clark reaches base. Then Brett's all tied up. The Diamonds hitter right back.
Executed double play. Memorial. My Pittsburgh Chamber does your membership contribution will advance.
Shooter comes up to hit through the bottom of the fifth is 6th. The center fell 3-0. So what on the ledger for all looks at strike 1. 1. Shooter has a 1-1 count now. The 1-1 back the last second. Back, they're gonna say this guys is the line Italian heritage highest up. This game is talked, so he's got a guy at first base. Bladnick.
Sooner to pick up the so you got to get a run, and you might think about look like the high.
Sooner to the field. It's gonna go 1 is the count to Bladnick, you could say.
Just a bit. And turn that one too, but as you said, Sterling.
Swung at by Bladnick. So Bladnick down 0-2. Diamonds. Unfortunately.
By Morgan Bladnick looking to punch. missed extra close down that left tail lately. Have just missed field, and he missed by Blotnick at first.
The game event foul. And Bladnick gets a base hit. Yasuda stopped first, so they have the runner at first. Monte.
Couple of that, just hit a chance to make a play on that ball. And your best.
Good chance here for the Diamonds. 3 by Bracamonte for the next pitch. Let's give you the stand. 36 and 23. Diamond pitch is a ball down low to the dirt. Napa Silverado's 20. Martinez Clippers. They can
say that new.
Count runner at first, runner at second by Miller. Look at the games behind. It's not only 8 games behind, so they're still in. As Bracamonte puts that short, shallow left to make the catch. So hit this time. First pitch to Cron. You see small shadow in left field. No fielders. Diamonds look at the lead. This game is tied 3-3. Next pitch by Miller.
Boys, second base and lead.
Swung out by Kronza up the middle. Yasuda's gonna score, reclaim the lead. But score is now 4-3. Anchorage's stat. Not a pretty stat line.
High number of innings too. 13-25. Those number of innings, north or south, so quick. Just a couple of bad innings. Pitcher he is.
On the mound. Up on July 5th. Throws ball 1. 4 home runs. 6 RBIs now. He had 2. The 1-0 pitch. Down the middle. On deck is Stephen Javier. If Bladnick got second. Kronza down low. The ball gets away, but Kraus picks it
very quickly and made Bladnick go. He wasn't going a lot farther away.
On to Valera. It's going to get down. Second time in this ball increases the Diamonds' lead to 5.
Morgan Bladnick and Rafael Valera, and again had enough up long enough for sure. And that catch that.
Number 1. So Dandridge score is now 5-3. They did give up in the bottom of the 5th. Score here is Javier hits a fly ball. He step back, and he runs a single, gets run in, and another of the Diamonds have retaken to the top of the 6th inning of the game.
Are you looking for a fun and exciting environment for this one? And no doubt, lump after the. And if you want to prevent a hit, no matter the location, burgers are sensational. The generous go to find these food treasures.
Winter Chevrolet Stadium, the 3 allowed 3 earned runs. Is in position at the Diamonds. The Diamonds. Leach has been in 18 hits. Has only walked 11 batters though, and more effective Diamond 6.5 ERA. So his second day of he'll face the second. So we'll see what Leach can do here. Down to 3. The now Miller was relieved and is in. And inside for.
What a great offense after the lead there and allowed coming back with 2 high base hits.
1 high. Down to Fisher.
Such a big thing, and even does prove to be quite. Leach can pick up one of those right.
2-0 pitch. So Leach throws his back of the ball game. It's a ball and outing, so balls only 1 strike. 3-1 pitch. Fish on that one.
Less. one was actually thrown by.
So Fish, the Admirals, one for Brandon Pugh. He's popped out to strike out in his last at bat looking. Top of the 5th inning. On Fornacci got on. Out and Kiriakos tied up all at 3. Diamond in the bottom of the 5th. Leadoff man on for the Admiral. First pitch outside for ball 1.
Saw that Brandon Pugh didn't. I thought
1-0 in for strike 1. Hated it all. Tillman and Brandon not.
Saw Tillman's back. No, just the same name.
The pitcher, Dridge. As far as I know, on McKenna. Number 2. Line so far this year. Been 20th. He's pitched 6 and pops one up to left field. Excuse me. Everybody off and Mick goes to hook 3 on the day.
That burst as we look at the route, the shortstop Garcia has a base or a base hit to get. Yeah, Pugh, good start to the inning, but
on the fire. Each runner.
Well, you really got to be paying for just a second. You'll miss it, so I didn't give up 9.
You see Leach on the kind of showing Javier what he did was or what it was on. We couldn't hear to him, but call was now. The call was a 90 feet there. If 1-0 pitch to Kraus. He's like number 1 for Nachi. Then close in the wall.
Now, you know, Leach
Runner once again proving
he can do him in the lineup.
Pitch. Fisher's gonna split second, so Vallejo Admiral back, and they have a runner at second and first
For the shutdown inning, and the Admiral and that of theirs get 3, but now the Admirals get 5-4, and V. Clark are up, and with runners, Diamonds have walked the tightrope.
inside for ball 1. Leach is he had 3rd most innings out of the reliable for this Diamonds team. No off days for Leach. He pitches another pitch inside. Clark did hit that in this series. He's looking to, it's only a 2-game series, so he's even. Fastball. Looks like Leach took a
ball's a bit outside.
Leach ready. Same exact 2.
Yeah, I thought that one, but that you'd be thinking Chevy, but figures there was the one to give.
On play, first they called it. Andrew Rosario. They think that which would have been a foul ball, but it was Diamond's way, but it hit the body. We'll see. That's a foul.
Nice look, guys. Thank you. Double play. They have left another. Just a look at
the ball. It's hit Chevy. I think that ball
bottom. Double play in the inning should.
It's especially going to speed left sell job there. Didn't seem to be.
Problem is
looks inning is going to be over. So going to escape lead. So Diamonds lead this season. Diamonds is Cos Canella. Cos Canella host. We do want to update you earlier. For 2 games under his belt, has 1. We're going to show you the full play of Clark's bat. No one can be aware. Pick is good job, Diamonds. A break here, had a couple games.
Changes double play 1-6-3. He chalked that it did not. Like you said, Chevy, he kind of looked back and hurt.
Mound pitch, but all we can say is those plays we have in baseball is, but it worked out in the Diamonds' favor. Pitch high, so 3-0 is a count. Diamonds first base.
It's the body. It's on, Sterling skipper there.
As Cos fouls went off by Aaron, both umpires
play for him.
The full count. So McKenna, Black wears number.
And by the way, Miller for Jalen Miller.
Pitch to Garcia, and it looks like he was looked at a bear.
How important was that to lead on deck circle?
1-0 pitch. Field. Make the catch for out number 1, Smith. But you know, you're right, Tony. You pops out and you have 1 out. We have a runner. It's Smith inside. HBP in his hand. Yasuda the first, then grounded out to the walk. Yasuda can read in Blatnick and then Gabriel. But another good chance here for the.
Still a long way to go in the run game.
Ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. More of the sitter just to get the guys over. Prototypical number 2 Vallejo, who has Nick Akins hitters. And 1-1 pitch for strike number 2.
And out of the strike. That's just one you got.
So Yasuda 1-2 pitch from Canella. Interesting. Arnisi throwing, but now he's maybe, but we'll see. But
Hampton by, which is why baseball teams are. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburgh.
Conversation with Mechanics Bank business, our business integrity, loyal tradition comes through in all. I know that they're.
I play stay on for
Paulo the bottom. Nick A. The Diamonds won. Present the Pittsburghers we've so far tonight.
The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
And there is the Diamond right-hander Nick Barnesi to take over. Alex Leach 1+ innings. He gives up the 2 runs though, and you see the numbers on Barnesi. ERA a bit high, but 22 1/3 innings pitch, and kind of a lot of walks in there as well, Sterling. But look at the strikeout numbers again, and we're seeing that on a lot of guys. High strikeout totals, but still higher run averages.
It's one of those things where, you know, Barnesi, although has thrown 22 1/3 innings, we see a lot in this major leagues specialist guys who come in and they can't get one guy out, they're yanked out. Barnesi is a little different. Barnesi will pitch 2 or 3 innings at a time, which I think will lead to the higher ERA, but he'll still strike out guys. Sometimes that comes at being the only out of the inning he can get.
All right, he'll face Vlad Gomez here. The potential go-ahead run at second base, and boy, Vlad Gomez, did he get out of the way? He just did. And down to third goes Kinari. So a free 90 feet. That was almost a face plant there for Vladimir Gomez. So I tell you, with some of these hitters, don't dig in. And the Diamond's going to bring the infield in here. Pitch, swing, ground ball. Garcia's got it. Looks the runner back. Throws out Gomez for out number 2. Huge out right there. And a good pitch by Barnesi. And a big out number 2.
The next couple of bats are a little interesting. You have Brandon Fisher, who hasn't gone on base all day. He has walked his last at bat, but he hasn't got a base hit. Then you have Brandon Pugh, who has struggled the past couple of games. You might want to say, what's the better matchup, righty on righty or righty on a struggling lefty?
Well, you get the righty here. Runner at third, 2 down. Barnesi fires, and it's inside for a ball, 1-0. Nick Akins led it off against Leach here in the 7th. He struck out. Kiriako's hit by a pitch. Kendry the RBI double. And then Barnesi in to face Gomez. Swung on and missed. Count 1-1 to Fisher. Gomez with the infield draw in, bounced out 6-3. And the Diamonds and Nick Barnesi trying to strand that runner at third. The 1-1 swing and a miss on a high fastball. The count 1-2.
This does give Barnesi some leeway here of what pitch he wants to go to. You can go to an honesty pitch outside. Could run the fastball even higher if he wants to, but the only thing is if it's a ball down low, you got to make sure you can block it if you're Javier. It's just one pass ball away from this game being.
That's a bit high, 2-2.
This game being an Admirals lead, or you're losing lead, which we know this Diamonds team, they score runs tonight, but sometimes they just don't score runs. And the offense goes stagnant sometimes during games, and yeah, they scored runs tonight, but you don't always promise to score a run.
And this pitch, rifled foul, right side and out of play, and the count remains at 2-2. There go the kids scurrying out there for those foul balls and trying to collect their free bag of Skittles. Always a family atmosphere out here at Winter Chevrolet. 2-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball. Garcia to his left, gobbles it up, low throw, and picked out by Canella for the out, and the inning is over. So the Diamonds and Barnesi, they escape here in the top of the seventh. We're going to the home half of the seventh. Seventh inning stretch time for Pittsburgh. Diamonds and Admirals 5 apiece.
Our family's been involved in recycling ever since my dad became a scavenger back in the 40s. It's what we're good at. It's what we've got the most experience in. In our houses, we make decisions every day on how much water we use, how much electricity we use, how much we recycle. In the old days when we were just all landfilling, it was a very, very simple business. You picked up the garbage, you went in the truck, it was brought to the landfill. Now with the advent of a new era of environmental consciousness, the precedent is for more and more resource recovery, and we pride ourselves on being on the forefront of that.
Well, we went to over 15 recycling centers throughout the West Coast in Colorado, Washington, Oregon, and throughout the state of California. And we looked at their recycling processes, what machines they had, what they pulled out. And what we noticed was that a lot of the extra material that the machines weren't pulling out were just going into the landfill.
And that's really what we're talking about. We're taking materials that had previously been going to landfill and using them for a higher and better use, thereby preserving natural resources, number one, preserving energy, number two, because it's cheaper to use recycled material than it is to use virgin material. And so Mount Diablo Recycling opened in 2008. We felt like we needed to have a state-of-the-art piece of equipment, and some of the key features of our equipment are it's very, very linear, it's very long. The number of screens that we have for separation. We've got a glass system where we separate all of our glass fines out. We've got a rerun line so that material that comes off the line, we actually can take a run back onto the front of the line again.
We knew that Mount Diablo would be a huge success in the community, but had absolutely no idea the impact the education center would have on the facility. And because of our education center, we teach kids about the 4 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle, and respect the earth, so they're understanding their impact they make on the environment by recycling.
When Governor Schwarzenegger signed the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Act back in '06, it set up a framework for the future of recycling. After 5 or 6 years now, we have a plan that sets targets to 2035. And the Mount Diablo Recycling Center has the best recovery rate in the nation. But the reason why the Mount Diablo Recycling Center has such a low residual rate is because of the state-of-the-art equipment.
Probably the single biggest thing that we provide our communities that we service in Mount Diablo Recycling is the knowledge.
Seventh, and Gabe Bracamonte up there. The 1-0 pitch is outside. Brian McKenna's night is through, and Cage Cascone comes in for Vallejo.
Cage Cascone, number 50. He's 0-1 this year. He's a 3.46 ERA in 16 games. All of them out of the bullpen. 26 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts. Has walked 14 batters and allowed 27 hits.
And this one's sent into the air to right. And that's Gomez out there into right center now, who takes it for the out. And one up and one down, and here's Joel.
The Admirals is number 50, Cage Casconi.
It's going to be one of those games where if the Diamonds can't score here, it's going to be 3, 4, 5 up this inning, and then it's 6, 7, 8. Where although like to say you have a lot of confidence in those guys, it's not the same. You see the replay here. It's an easy catch by Gomez, but I think I'd rather have my 3, 4, 5 guys up in the bottom of the ninth than rather the bottom of the eighth.
Cued off the end of the bat. Casconi off the mound to take care of it. The 1-3 put out. And it's 2 up and 2 down. And here's Rafael Valera.
Batting number 2, Rafael.
Sure, Aaron Miles is saying rather have Bracamonte or runners on in first base. Valera's been hot tonight. 2 big base hits. Even Carranza, a couple RBIs under his belt. Carranza and Valera have all the RBIs for the Diamonds. But nobody on. Valera has power. He can still pop one out of the ballpark. We'll see what he can do, but it's tough luck for the Diamonds now. Game's tied, and Casconi's and running through the 3, 4, 5 guys real quick.
Nobody aboard, 2 out for Rafael. Takes a strike.
See the replay here. Just a quick flip from Casconi to Canary at first base. Real easy out.
Making quick work of Carranza. A 1 pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen. Pitt coming in 2 and 2 in their last 4, 5 and 5 in their last 10. As we look at Rafael, team batting average overall 259. Talked about some of the power numbers, just 37 home runs for the Diamonds, just 303 runs scored, compared with Vallejo 401. That was coming into tonight's play, and that curveball catches the outside corner. That was a nice pitch from Casconi to end the inning. We're going to the top of the 8th. Diamonds of the Admirals still tied at 5.
Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399. Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com.
All right, here we go to the top of the 8th, a 5-5 tie, and another exciting game here at Winter Chevrolet's baseball. And the Pittsburgh Diamonds, another one of those games that, well, shows you something you may not have seen before, and just competitive, fun baseball all around. The question is, can the Diamonds start pulling out a few more of these? And it's really been Vallejo, Sterling, that has not been the red-hot team of late. 3 of 7 in their last 10. They had that 4-game losing streak. They snapped it yesterday. Talking about some of the numbers. Diamonds came in with a pitching ERA of 5.35. And for Vallejo, actually, it was 6.08. So you figure you'd have a pretty high scoring game, and, well, that's what we got. There's a pitch that's going to be a strike as Pugh bunted at it, pulled back. And he's in the hole. No balls and 1 strike. Pugh, Kraus, Fernacci, the bottom part of the order. Arnese able to escape that 7th. There's a pitch in there for a called strike, and the count 0-2. So Miller 4 2/3, 5 hits, 5 runs. Dakota Freeze 5 innings, 3 runs on a couple of hits. And each team has used 3 pitchers so far. Pugh waits, the 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, a called strike 3. And Brandon Pugh has struck out looking twice tonight. So he's 0 for 4, and here's Nick Kraus.
Good pitch there by Barnese. He just hooked Pugh on the outside part of the plate, a whip around curveball. Called strike 3, looking on Pugh. And the Diamonds only 2 outs away from a chance to possibly walk off with the win tonight.
A beautiful evening here tonight. It's really cooled off nicely. Here's the pitch in there to Kraus, strike 1. And if we can get a shot of it over that left field wall, in between that big tree and the foul pole, the gorgeous full moon rising here in Pittsburgh. 0-1 pitch, swing, broken bat, and this one's going to shoot on into center field for a base hit. So Kraus is on with 1 out, and to the 9th place hitter, and Chris Fernacci, he'll get a chance to bat here with the potential winning run aboard at first.
Half the game, Nick Kraus, he's walked twice and he's singled twice. Although he doesn't have any RBIs, he kind of been the table setter, hitting 8th for the Admirals. So Nick Kraus having a good night for Nachi. As you can see, the moon kind of
peeking through the tree there. That pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. But that's a pretty cool night right now, and just warm enough. T-shirt is perfect. 1 pitch and a check swing taken. Ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Kraus aboard, and as Sterling said, he's been aboard all 4 times. Pair of singles, pair of walks. Being held on there at first by Cannella. And the pitch just inside. 2 balls and a strike. Diamonds get the bullpen going one more time. Pitch to Fernacci, and that's in there, a strike. And the count 2-2.
Looks like Sean Johnson in the bullpen for the Diamonds. Number 17, the long flowing hair.
Been a nice addition to the team, settling into that closer role very well. 2-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner with a fastball. Count goes full. 3-2 here, 1 out. Do the Admirals put on a play to try to avoid the DP?
So that's a tough play right there. The Rosario has given that pitch back and forth all night. Your pitchers don't know if it's going to be a strike or not. Hitters don't know if it's going to be a strike or not, so they don't know what to do with it.
Runner goes, pitch is popped up, foul ground. Kaz Cannella out there, has a play and makes the catch. Kaz Cannella going right up to that screen, just past the Diamond dugout. I thought that was going to get out of play, but not so.
See the replay here. Kaz Cannella being aware of where the fence is at, being aware he has some room there. Ball luckily came back a little bit and makes the over-the-shoulder catch for out number 2. Brings up the leadoff man, Chevy Clark. Clark so far, he's walked a couple times. He has struck out once. But Nick Akins is on deck, the guy you don't want to face. So Chevy Clark, you have to get him here.
1 on, 2 out. Clark takes inside for a ball, 1-0. And of course, he was up in the 6th and turned out to be the very strange 1-6-3 double play. The ball off the knob DP that we didn't know if it was a hit by pitch or not. There's a pitch, now a snap throw, and back to first is Nick Krause. Ball and a strike here to Chevy Clark. So for Chevy, other than that double play, struck out in the first, walked in the third, walked and scored in the fifth. So the Diamonds have done well with the top two guys in this lineup. There's a strike, and the count's 1-2. But sooner or later, you deal with those guys, and they're going to bite you. But you knew going in that was one of the keys as to how you were going to deal with Clark and particularly Aiken Sr. There's the pitch, swinging a foul, and that looked like it went off the catcher and then back to the screen. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's a big pitch here for Barnesi. You can waste a few pitches, but it has to be careful as well. You know, Nick Akins, who maybe not liking the yellow batting gloves, has changed the batting gloves, maybe getting in some bad luck. So Nick Akins seems to be changing things up. Barnesi hopes to get Chevy Clark out here.
There goes the runner. 1-2 pitch, ball's outside, throw down, not in time. And Nick Krause has got himself a stolen base. And for a moment there, if that ball had been a little bit lower, I think that would have been out number 3. And if that had been the case, you'd be thinking, do you really want to take the chance and possibly leave one of your big hitters on deck? But the Admirals get the potential winning run in scoring position. 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul, and we'll do it again.
I think the only positive there, if Krause doesn't reach base, which he did slide very early, it was very close. He almost didn't make it to second base, but I think the only positive there is that if Krause is out at second base and the Diamonds don't score, you had extra innings with Krause and Fornacci, excuse me. With Krause and Fornacci on base, you have Clark and you have Akins up the next inning. So you're going to have your 1-2 guys up who are probably your best hitters, roughly.
2-2 pitch, fouled off. Well, it is a pretty good risk reward, I guess you could say, because if he does get thrown out, you start the 9th with your leadoff hitter. Which is what the point I think you're trying to make is that, you get thrown out on the bases, but you are set up for the next inning.
One thing is you have to get there. If the Diamonds do score, game's over, it doesn't matter anymore, but Krause did make second base. A single might score him here.
2-2 pitch, just high, 3-2. So Barnesi's gone all the way to Chevy Clark here. Top of the 8th inning, 5-5 ball game. And a 3-2 pitch coming here to Chevy Clark. Barnesi looks in, now the right-hander ready. High set, 3-2, ground ball to third. Picked up by Bracamani, fires over the first in time for the out. And Nick Barnesi pitching very well as he gets through the 8th. We'll go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Diamonds coming up. It'll be Javier to lead it off. We're all tied at 5.
Nick Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue, across from the marina. Eating at the Diamonds' favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town. One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today.
right, back here for the bottom of the 8th. New pitcher in the game for the Admirals. We know it's number 11. We're still searching for a name.
Max Pertinsky.
It'll be Max Pertinsky. And Bedrinsky, Bidrzki. And Vanna, can I buy a vowel? Sounds like one of those hockey names.
Well, Max Bedrinsky looks like
Bedrinsky.
An interesting name there. He used to wear 00. Now he's wearing number 11. He's clean shaven. He used to have a big old beard. He moved around a lot in 2017. Played for 3 different teams. Played for actually the Pittsburg Diamonds for 2 games. Had a 6.750 ERA. Only pitched .2/3 or 2/3 of an inning. But in 2018, he pitched for the Lake Erie Crushers, went 5-1, a 3.80 ERA in 20 games. Did pitch 26 innings with 23 strikeouts, 19 walks on 22 hits.
And here's Max's first pitch inside to Javier. Count goes 1-0. Javier, Canella, Garcia. Bottom part of the order here in the 8th. Diamonds and Admirals all tied at 1. 1-0 pitch, high for a ball. So yesterday, looking at scores from around the association, Sonoma 6, Napa 5. DJ Sharabi got the win for Sonoma out of the pen. 2 innings pitched, no runs. Mejia took the loss for the Silverados. 2-0, swing, grounded to third. Fernacci charges, gloves, throws, in time for the out. So Javier bounces out 5-3. And now Kaz Canella. So Angel Mejia in that loss, 6-5 to Sonoma. 1 inning pitch, 1 run, no earned runs. And that is a tough way to lose a ball game. Talk about a guy who's done great with the closer role. The save went to Jacob Cox. He's got 17 now. And he went just a scoreless inning to get that. Canella takes a strike. Williams, DeAngelis, Comstock, Baptista all drove in runs for the stops. Bradley and Williams each scored twice. Here's a pitch inside, a ball and a strike. And for the Silverados, Davis, Nunley, and Tony had 2 hits. Bethencourt had 3. 1-1 pitch to Canella. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. San Rafael yesterday picked up another win. Beat the Clippers 3-1. Canella waits, 2-1 pitch, swing, ground ball left side. Fernacci's got this one, fires high, but was the tag there? No. And reaching up to make the catch was Canary, coming down Sterling, trying to make that windmill tag and apparently just missed.
I'll say it's one of the most fun plays for a first baseman. 1, they get to move a little bit. 2, they get to actually do something and tag somebody out. But, you know, Costa was not running towards first base at all. You see the play here. It's the off throw. Almost got Costa in the back. Maybe got him. We're not sure. But he was called safe. But you know, Costa wasn't running at all. The broken bat to the third baseman. A very easy play to make. If you're Fernacci, just ball got away from him. Lucky. Diamonds get Jose Garcia, maybe Brett Smith up with only 1 out in the inning.
Here's the pitch to Garcia, taken outside for a ball, 1-0. So that will be scored E5 as Canella reaches, and now Garcia, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout, try to keep this inning alive and get the Diamonds that lead run. 1-0 to Jose, and that plunks him on the hip. He's going to flip the bat away and try to shake out the fleas. Ouch. But he's going to be aboard at first, and the Diamonds, couple of freebies here in the bottom of the 8th. Can they take advantage?
Brett Smith coming up. You have Koss at second. You have Jose at first. Bodrinsky, hopefully that's I'm saying his name right, but you know, this is it's a good chance for the Diamonds. If they can score 1 or 2 runs here, you can give Sean Johnson, who's been pretty lights out in the closer role, a chance to end this game and walk away with the victory for the head on the road for tomorrow, for the weekend practically, and they'll be back here on next Thursday, so a long road trip ahead for the Diamonds.
So here's Smith. 2 on, 1 out. Max winds, fires inside for a ball. Telling you about the San Rafael Clippers game. Morel got the win, 7 innings, no runs. Logan Campbell pitched well for the Clips. He took the loss. The 1-0 pitch, and that is a plunker. So Smith gets hit by a pitch as well. And that is 3 guys on now. The ball hasn't left the infield. An error and 2 hit by pitch. And the Diamonds with just 1 out. And here comes Yuki Yasuda now. The Admirals going to want to talk this one over. Bases loaded, 1 out.
I think Vallejo might go to new arm here. They have Eli Garcia in the bullpen. Looks like he's coming out right now, so Bodrinsky's day is going to be over after an error by Fornacci, then back-to-back hit batsman loaded the bases and gives the Diamonds their best chance of the ball game.
You know, Max just didn't have it here tonight, so he'll give way, and we have a pitching change. Jose's brother coming on in. Bases full of Diamonds. We'll step aside and be back in just 1 moment.
Libraries are community centers, and truly the community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who walks in the door. It's important for people to have a connection to their community because it makes you feel like you belong. Mechanics Bank really values their relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofits. Mechanics Bank doesn't just show up and say that they're going to do something. They actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name, they're a partner in person. My name's Kristen Anderson. I'm the Executive Director of the Walnut Creek Library Foundation, and I'm a mechanic.
So Eli Garcia, the brother of Jose, is going to come in and try to clean up the mess. He's got 1 out, but he inherits 3 runners for Max Bierdzinski as that inning unfolded with Javier starting it off with a ground ball to Fornacci at third, 5-3 putout. Kaz Canella hit one to Fornacci, and well, Chris just made a bad throw, picked up the E5. Garcia got plunked, Smith got plunked, and now Yuki Yasuda with a chance to give the Diamonds the lead. And the Diamonds gonna have a chance to pick up the win and the save here in the top of the 9th if they can get a run across. But looking ahead to the 9th inning for the Admirals, Nick Aikens Sr. would lead it off. So it'd be Aikens Sr., Kiriakos, and then Kinari. So that's going to be a tough save to get.
It's going to make Johnson earn his money, but the last time we saw Garcia, last time he faced the Diamonds at least, his only start of the season did go 5 innings, only allowed 2 earned runs on 5 hits, but season total, he's 2-0. He has an 8.36 ERA, 14 games, 1 start, 23.2 innings.
Pitch to Yuki, fastball in there for a strike, 0-1.
See, a lot of his early starts were the issue. He went first couple of starts, he allowed 4 and 5 runs back to back, so trying to work the ERA down from there.
Eli facing Yuki, 0-1, swung on and missed, 0-2 with Morgan Blatnick waiting on deck. And the infield playing halfway here for the Admirals. They certainly don't want to give up the go-ahead run, and they would like to have the chance to turn the double play. Yuki waits, the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Kiriakos to second for 1. The throw in time to first for the 6-4-3 double play, and Eli Garcia comes in, does what he needs to do, and the Admirals are out of the inning. We'll go to the ninth. The Diamonds of the Admirals still tied at 5.
Are you looking for a community-based establishment that will provide a fun and exciting environment for your family? Certainly Diamonds Baseball is one, and no doubt Lumpy's Diner is another. Before or after the game, eating at Lumpy's Diner or Lumpy's Diner Express can make for a great doubleheader. And if you want to win a road game, LD's Catering will make your event a hit no matter the location. Lumpy's Diner is a homegrown sensation, world famous since 2008. Bring your family to ours.
Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburg. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant.
All right, back as we head to the top of the ninth. The Diamonds a great chance to grab that lead, but Eli Garcia able to induce the double play off the bat of Yuki Yasuda, and that takes care of the Diamonds in the eighth. So we've moved on to the ninth inning, a 5-5 tie. Another great ball game here for Pittsburgh. And Sean Johnson, a non-save situation for him, but maybe a chance if he could get out of this inning and the Diamonds could scratch out a run, he would have himself a win. So Johnson, who settled into that closer role very nicely, going to be asked to get 3 outs and hopefully give the Diamonds a chance in the ninth where they just need 1 run. Aikens Sr., Kiriakos, and Ryan Kinnery, the first 3 to face him here in the ninth. We were talking about the Clips and the San Rafael Pacifics. Tough loss for Logan Campbell rather. Jose Casilla got an inning pitch, gave up 2 hits and a run, but he picked up the save. It was a 3-run third for San Rafael. That was all they needed. JV and Randall walked, stole second. Gillespie singled. Jake Taylor singled, and before it was all over, Brill, Randall, and Gillespie had all scored, and the pitching made it stand up. Win number 34 for the Pacifics. So here we go. Nick Aikens Sr., a 5-5 tie here in the ninth. And the pitch outside, ball 1. So we've talked about the Diamonds and their struggles to get offense. Put up another 5 spot here tonight, but 5 will not be enough for either club. Johnson's pitch, Aiken waits, fouled back to the screen, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Well, Paula, our public address announcer, has left. So Sterling Bennett, my partner in the booth tonight, has moved over to do the PA. Flying solo for me now. 1-1 pitch to Aikens, and that is ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Scott McDonald a bit under the weather. Get well soon, partner. Scott gonna have the games on the road for you. And of course, all the teams are gonna have Monday off. Diamonds will be on the road Tuesday and Wednesday and return here on Thursday. That ball is low. And the count goes 3 balls and 1 strike to Nick Aikens Sr. Diamonds done a good job with Sr. tonight. Bounce out, walk, struck out again in the 7th. So 0 for 3 with a walk so far. There you see the numbers on Johnson. This ball grounded. Garcia has it, fumbles, throws, is going to be in time to get him. So Nick Akins Sr. out 6-3. And that'll bring up Kiriakos. Garcia went into the hole there at shortstop, dropped it just a little bit, but then was able to recover. So look at that ERA on Johnson, 158. 11 1/3 innings. And he's given up just the 6 hits. A lot of walks in those innings, but boy, a ton of strikeouts at 17. Kiriakos looks to bunt, bunts it foul. And the count 0-1 to David. The former Diamond tonight struck out in the first. He was out 5 unassisted in the third. That turned out to be a huge turning point in the game. There were bases loaded at that particular time. Walked and scored in the 5th. Hit by a pitch in the 7th. The 0-1 to him, swing, ground ball up the middle. Garcia has it to one knee, fires to first to get him, and 2 up and 2 down. Another 6-3 put out. And here's Ryan Kinnery. I'm pronouncing that wrong again. Kinnery.
Now batting the first baseman, number 4, Ryan Kinnery.
So Kinnery, he's done damage tonight. Flew out to center in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, but a 2 RBI base hit in the 5th, and an RBI double in the 7th. Left-handed batter waits the pitch, and that misses in the count. No balls and a strike. Diamond bullpen quiet. Admiral bullpen quiet. So it looks like, and they move to the bottom of the 9th, the Diamonds will be facing Eli Garcia. Pitch. And that's in there for a strike. Count 1-1. Admirals looking for a sweep in this 2-game series. Diamonds looking to get a split. 1-1, swing, ground ball right side, taken by the first baseman Canella. He steps on the bag. A 1-2-3 inning for Sean Johnson. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th. We are tied at 5 apiece.
Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburg and Brentwood.
Anytime we have a conversation with Mechanics Bank, we know that we're in the same business. Our business is customer service, integrity, loyalty, friendship. Mechanics clearly establishes a high level of tradition, honesty, integrity that comes through in all their transactions. I trust them with everything. I know that they're there for us. My name is Paul Irwin. I'm a mechanic.
The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
All right, the Diamonds, Sean Johnson does a great job at the top of the 9th. The 1-2-3 to get Akins Sr., Kiriako, and Kinnery. And now the Diamonds a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th. Morgan Blatnick to start it off, and he takes ball one, 1-0. Blatnick, Bracamonte, and Carranza. A 5-5 tie, home half of the ninth. Garcia's pitch in there, a strike, the count 1-1. So the Diamonds hit the road tomorrow. They'll be at Arnold Field the next couple of games, Saturday and Sunday, to take on the Sonoma Stompers. 1-1 pitch, and that is in there, a strike, and the count 1-2 for Blatnick. Infield hit, strikeout, base hit and a run scored, and a strikeout. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Morgan. Be followed by Bracamonte. The 2-strike pitch, swinging a ground ball, and it's shot up the middle for a base hit, and the leadoff man is on. So here's Bracamonte.
Now batting, number 26.
So Saturday and Sunday at Arnold Field for the Diamonds. And then Tuesday and Wednesday after the day off on Monday, they'll take on the Admirals both those days. And after having that Monday off. And now the Diamond's going to bunt. Bracamonte puts it down. Garcia off the mound to get it to throw him out. And the sacrifice is successful as Bracamonte pushes Blatnick up to second base. So the sac bunt is good. The Diamonds now a base hit from winning this ball game. Here's Joel Carranza. And he has himself an RBI base hit tonight. He also picked up that RBI in the first inning on that very strange 8-5 fielder's choice. So a pair driven in for Joel tonight. A third one would give the Diamonds the win. Swing, ground ball to third. Fernacci looks the runner back, fires to first in time for out number 2. So Bracamonte came into tonight hitting .345, leading the team. And he had hit safely in 17 of his last 20. And 8 of those had been multi-hit games. So Bracamonte, who did pick up another base hit tonight to add to that. And then Carranza, who picked up a couple of RBIs tonight. And now they give way to Valera. Came in at .308, second on the team. 6 RBIs in his last 10 games, and he had been hitting up at .324. It was as late as July 15 and .339 back on July the 10th. So the average has fallen a bit for Valera, but his run doesn't mean anything here. Second leading hitter on the team, and the Admirals are going to go ahead and put him on base.
Now batting, the catcher, number 32, Stephen Javier.
So here's Stephen Javier. Diamonds need a base hitter. We're going to extras. And this one to the backstop. Diamonds are going to move up. There's a throw down to third just in time as they slide in safely. Boy, that was close. Morgan Blatnick, when that ball got behind, the catcher took off. And still, Kraus, the catcher, playing the carom, nearly threw him out. Boy, it's going to be a pass ball, I believe, but that was nearly out number 3. But the Diamonds get the winning run just 90 feet away. 1-0 pitch, swing, popped in the air, right side. Here comes Gomez. Makes the catch, and the inning is over, and we are going to extra frames here from Pittsburgh's Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Diamonds and the Admirals all tied 5 apiece.
If you've been there before, you know when your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All Counties Tow. Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399. Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com.
And back here for the top of the 10th, international rules say we're going to get 2 guys to start on the base paths. So we'll have runners at second and third. Vlad Gomez will be the leadoff hitter. Gomez, Fisher, and then Brandon Pugh. Now, hey, now that moon is starting to get away from the tree so we can get a nice look at it. Beautiful moon, lovely evening here in Pittsburgh, and a very exciting ball game to conclude this 2-game series between day off. For the Admirals, they are going to take on the Clips over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then they'll hook up with these Diamonds, and this should be some more exciting ball games. So Johnson ready to go. He inherits 2 right out of the box. Vlad Gomez showing bunt here all the way. This is usually how it's played by the visiting team. And now timeout as Gomez steps out. And I was not a big fan of these particular rule. Here's the pitch, and the bunt is going to be called to strike. Gomez pulled back the bat, takes strike 1. But the one thing that has been proven with these 2 guys starting on the base paths, the games have been ending much earlier as the rules intended. Here's a bunt foul, and the count now 0-2 to Vlad Gomez. And for Prince Vlad, popped to second in the second, reached on a shortstop error in the 4th, flew out to center in the 5th, grounded out to short again in the 7th, officially 0 for 4. Still showing bunt. Runners with their lead. 0-2 pitch. He bunts it. And Johnson off the mound. His only play is to first, and he makes the good throw to get the out. Boy, Sean Johnson really kind of saved that situation. That almost looked like it was going to turn into a bunt base hit. Diamond said, of course, everybody's scrambling everywhere when that bunt was put down. It was almost into no man's land, and look at that play by Johnson. Wow. able to pick that one up on the third base side of the mound, and his only play was to first, and his throw was right on the money. So a sac bunt by Vlad Gomez. Here's Brandon. Got it. Oh, so home he goes. Out at home plate. Carry out the plate, and what a throw by Yuki Yasuda. And how about that for some Diamonds defense? First, it's he had a prayer to get the runner coming home. Here's the replay. Yuki down to one knee, fires, and boy, look at that. Kiriakos is out. And then David, as he's backing up, thinking, are you kidding me? Boy, what a play. You talk about exciting baseball to get that second out and the first one. And boy, if the Diamonds can get out of this unscathed, give themselves a fantastic chance to win it in the 10th. And they're going to have Valera and I believe Javier as their runners. I think it was always the last two guys that were up. Take second and first respectively. So I believe that means Rafael Valera would be the runner at second and would be the potential winning run if the Diamonds can get out of this. So now I think we have a pinch hitter here.
Pinch hitting for the Admirals, number 16, Kyle Figueroa.
So Kyle Figueroa, the starting catcher who's having such a fantastic year with the bat. He's going to bat here with the runners at the corners, but two down. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch, breaking ball outside, and the count 1-0. It's been Freeze, Leach, Barnesi, Sean Johnson for the Diamonds, Miller, McKenna, Casconi, Bierdzinski, and Eli Garcia on the other side for the Admirals. Johnson's 1-0 pitch, swing, ground ball, foul, and the count 1-1. 5 runs, 5 hits, couple of errors for Vallejo, 5, 7, and 2 for Pittsburgh. But I'll tell you, it's almost starting to get a little bit chilly now. Almost time to break out the sweatshirts. Some extra inning baseball here from Pittsburgh, and this one blocked by Javier as he keeps that one from going to the backstop. So the international rules being used again, and I can starting to come around to this rule. The rules do what they're intended to do. You kind of start to like them. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a ground ball, a wide open 5-hole, and the Admirals are going to get the lead run. Here comes the runner to third. Here's the throw, out at third base. Not sure what the runner was doing there, but just kept on going. Oh, a runner thrown out on the bases, so good Diamond defense all around. They give up only the 1 run, so the Diamonds will have a chance with the international rules. They'll start with 2 on in the next inning. Come on back, we'll go to the bottom of the 10th. The Admirals 6, Diamonds 5.
Nick Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue across from the marina. Eating at the Diamonds' favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town. One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today.
Full moon fever here from Pittsburgh as we go to the bottom of the 10th. The Diamonds playing some fantastic defense in that top half of the 10th inning. First it was Sean Johnson on the sacrifice bunt by Vlad Gomez to get the out. The sac bunt was completed by Gomez, but it was a big play by Johnson just to get one out. It looked like it was going to be a bunt base hit, and then a ground ball that came back to Yuki Yasuda, second base. He threw out the runner, Kyriakos, at the plate. That was a huge play to get out number 2, and then Fisher, for some reason, wanted to take third after that, and he got thrown out following the RBI base hit that gave the Admirals the lead. Here's the pitch, bunted at, and Kaz Canella fouls it off. And the count 0-1. So Eli Garcia out there. The Diamonds with runners at second and first. And it is Rafael Valera there at second base. So he would represent the tying run. And then the runner, Stephen Javier, at first base would represent the winning run. Pitch. Bunted and pulled back in the last moment, count 1-1. You got the first baseman charging pretty hard. And it had been Kinnery. They've made a change over there. I'm not exactly sure who that is. And the pitch, bunted out, popped up. Garcia can't get it. It's going to land. He's going to go to first base and get the out. Wow, we are seeing some great plays here on defense here in the extra frame. Boy, Eli Garcia, and he made a play that's very comparable to the one Sean Johnson made in the inning before. So now they are going to intentionally walk Garcia and take another look. Canella's bunt was in the air. Garcia off the mound to get it. He had no play at second or third, had to wheel around and throw it to first to get the one out, and he did.
Pinch hitter, 29, Brian Lashley.
So Lashley going to come in here and pinch hit. We're going to have a pinch runner for Javier. Wes Wallace going to go into second base now. So Wallace, with much better speed, represents the potential winning run. There is one out. The Diamonds need 1 to tie, 2 to win. Wallace with good speed out there at second base. Anything to the outfield should win it. That ball low and in the dirt. Now, with that intentional walk, we don't get to see the Garcia brothers face each other. The last time I did see them face each other, I believe it was Eli that hit Jose. And he certainly took exception to it. That was in Vallejo last year. 1-0 pitch, swing and popped up. Foul ground. Do the Admirals have a play? They don't. And the count goes 1-1. Boy, what great baseball here from Pittsburgh tonight. Two teams fighting for that third spot, and for Pittsburgh trying to stay ahead of Napa. Check the out-of-town scoreboard here when I get a chance and see what else is going on in the rest of the league. But right here, we've got ourselves a great game. 1-1 pitch, swing, ground ball up the middle. Kyriakos has it. Steps on second to first for the double play, and the Admirals win it here in the 10th. Boy, the Admirals pouring onto the field. And a well-earned win as they win it 6-5. And boy, what a great game. But I'll tell you, with that double play, that ended just far too abruptly for Pittsburgh and the fans that are still here. And the Admirals win it by a final score of 6-5. And Pittsburgh drops to 22-28. The Admirals improves to 27-23. And we've got some highlights for you, so let's check them out. All right, bottom of the first. And sliding into third, and there's that throw out right there. Nice play. And then the top of the fifth, the Admirals get the no-hitter off the board. Remember how good Dakota Freeze was going. And there's that bottom of the fifth. And then home run. And there's that throw coming back over to second. That's going to end up being that double play. So there's it down the line, trying to get the runner crossing first base, unable to do so there. But we also had that wild play off the bat of Chevy Clark in the sixth when the ball appeared to have hit him with runners on base. It hit the knob of the bat, turned into a 1-6-3 inning-ending double play. Turned out to be a huge play in this ball game, but it is the Admirals who win it in extra innings by a final score of 6-5, and that'll do it for Sterling Bennett and all of us here at Diamonds Baseball. I'm Anthony Schultz saying good night from Pittsburgh.